300,000 names. So what you can understand from this? What you can understand from this?
Giving priority to chanting.
Okay.
Without completing his round, he won't eat anything. There is showing the importance of holy name. How important holy name is.
Yes, I am also agree with what you are doing. It emphasizes much on holy name. So we just told until he finished his round, he didn't take prasadam and he didn't also take rest. So very much focusing on holy name. We can properly chant holy name.
Ashish.
His dedication toward completing his round, giving priority to chanting.
Silk.
He's showing that
uh, what is the problem if somebody do not finish his rounds? What does it mean if somebody is not finishing his round?
Yes, commitment to Krishna, not fulfilling the commitment.
Okay, so what is the problem in that? Somebody is not completing his round regular basis.
as I have heard early before, if somebody is not completing his round means he is spiritually sick.
Okay, good point. And
In long term, he might live for.
good point. What else?
Not able to sustain spiritual life long way, because completing rounds means just spiritual food. If you not take food, then you will become. He's not serious in his. He is not serious
He is
in
not
his
serious.
devotion.
He is not serious to going back to Godhead. So to going back to Godhead or to develop prema, one has to strictly practice the basic standard of sadhana bhakti. So from sadhana bhakti one can enter into prema bhakti. Sadhana bhakti have some basic standard. So without practicing that basic standard, he will not develop his natural love for Krishna. The soul have natural love for Krishna, but currently it is lost. To revive that love, one has to practice the basic standard of sadhana bhakti. So Srila Prabhupada said minimum 16 rounds. Minimum 16 rounds and 4 regulatory principles. So Haridas Thakur, as a acharya of this Krishna consciousness movement, is teaching that how one should be very, very fixed up to to the standard of sadhana bhakti. So, so that commitment should be there. That's what at the time of initiation, Guru takes commitment from the disciple. Chanting 16 down, following 4 regulatory principles. The minimum standard of sadhana bhakti, Guru takes a commitment. And the disciple is not following them, he is not,
fulfilling.
disciple is not following the standard, then he is not,
Serious.
he is not, he is not disciple.
Well,
It's cheating.
If he is not fulfilling that, then he is not disciple. बोल सकता है मैं ये महाराज का शिष्य हूँ, मेरे गुरु महाराज जो है, but actually he is not a disciple. So, the spiritual life is a serious responsibility. Because many lifetime we have wasted. Many lifetime we were in ignorance. We don't know the purpose of life. We don't know our what is our position. Now we have came to know by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, by the knowledge of scripture, what is our original position and what is the purpose of life, how we are suffering in the cycle of birth and death. Our situation is very, very critical, very, very dangerous. As soon as we die, and anytime we can die. As soon as we die, we don't know where we are. And how can we neglect? After receiving all this mercy, if somebody is not taking this commitment seriously, correct? That means a big mistake, big loss. Other mistake in material life, it's okay, can be considered like. But mistake in spiritual life, and that is also very fundamental aspect. Spiritual life में थोड़ा और mistake हो सकता है. The fundamental aspect में mistake नहीं होना चाहिए. समझ रहे ना? Because that is the foundation of the spiritual life. Like it's building up structure. The structure will maintain the building. Similarly, this commitment of our spiritual life will maintain our spiritual life. Will revive our spiritual body.
This finger cut, finger cut, not nail.
Madhavendra Puri left the temple and sat down in the village marketplace, which was vacant. Sitting there, he began to chant. In meantime, the temple priest laid the deity down to rest. Although in chanting the Mahamantra was as acute as he were an aspiring transcendentalist rather than a Paramahamsa. This means that even in the Paramahamsa stage, one cannot give up chanting. Haridas Thakur and the Goswamis were all engaged in chanting a fixed number of rounds. Therefore, chanting on beats, Prabhupada is writing. Not just chanting कुछ किया और सब मिला के हो गया. समझ रहे? हम लोग ऐसे बहुत बार सोचते हैं. So Gurudev have given at the time of initiation, he has given you beads. So therefore chanting on beads, प्रभुपाद को पता है बाद में बहुत कुछ आएगा, ये आएगा वो आएगा, काउंटर ये सब वो सब. जब से काउंटर आ गया तो काउंटर में ही चल रहा है चैंटिंग. माला बंद. Even though one may become a Paramhamsa, this chanting can be executed anywhere, either inside or outside the temple. Madhavendra Puri even sat down in a vacant marketplace to perform his chanting, as stated by Srinivas Acharya in his prayers to the Goswamis. Namo Gana Nativi. A Paramahamsa devotee is always engaged in chanting and reading, loving service to the Lord. श्री चैतन्य चरितामृतम मध्य लीला 4.125. So even the Paramahamsa devotees who have revived their relationship with Krishna, they do not miss their rounds. They also chant their fixed numbers of rounds. Other they chant more, like Madhavendra Puri, Haridas Thakur, or six Goswamis. Shankha Purvaka Nama Gana Natibhi. So, if we don't follow some prescription or some guideline or standard given by the Acharya, and we follow spiritual path whimsically, then at the end of the day, we'll see that we will not achieve anything. Will not achieve anything. So therefore, it's very important that we practice Krishna consciousness in a bona fide way. प्रामाणिकता के साथ भक्ति करना चाहिए. शायद हम लोग बहुत सारे भक्त लोगों के जैसा बहुत कुछ नहीं कर पाएंगे. हाँ, कुछ भक्त लोग बड़ा बड़ा सेवा करते हैं. हनुमान जी बहुत बड़ा सेवा करते हैं. तो सब शायद सेवा अलग अलग लेवल का हो सकता है. सेवा सब लोग ऐसा नहीं कर पाएंगे हम लोग. बट हमारा जो बेसिक स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ स्पिरिचुअल प्रैक्टिस है, 16 माला का जाप, 4 नियमों का पालन, प्रभुपाद के ग्रंथों का अध्ययन, ये होना चाहिए. यहाँ पर मिस्टेक नहीं होना चाहिए. उसके बाद जितना सेवा आप कर सकते हो, या कोई गृहस्थ आश्रम है, कोई ब्रह्मचर्य आश्रम है, जो जो आश्रम में हो, स्पिरिचुअल स्टैंडर्ड में पक्का होना चाहिए. उसके बाद आश्रम के अनुसार जो अलग अलग प्रकार की सेवा कर सकते हैं. समझ रहे हैं? So therefore we should take our commitment and the vows very seriously, and thus become very very fixed up in our spiritual life. So that's what we are taking this commitment. The time of shelter के समय या दीक्षा के समय कमिटमेंट ले रहे हैं कि हम लोग भक्ति का जो साधना भक्ति का जो मिनिमम स्टैंडर्ड है उसको पालन करेंगे. और हमें लक्ष्य है कृष्ण के प्रति प्रेम डेवलप करना. एक्चुअली प्रभुपाद जी जो 16 माला थे कम मिनिमम है. प्रभुपाद खुद कमा है मिनिमम 16. हर भक्त को इसको बहुत सीरियसली लेना चाहिए. इस प्रकार हमें बहुत सचेतन रहना चाहिए. और वॉइस का सिस्टम भी बहुत ऑर्गेनाइज्ड रखना चाहिए. कभी कभी हो सकता है, ठीक है, सेवा है या फेस्टिवल है या लेट नाइट हो गया, बट ओवरऑल रेगुलर बेसिस में ऑर्गेनाइज्ड होना चाहिए. वॉइस का शेड्यूल, वॉइस का क्या कहते हैं कार्यक्रम, मॉर्निंग प्रोग्राम ऑर्गेनाइज्ड होना चाहिए. और अपने जीवन में भी एक भक्त को अपने जीवन में भी ऑर्गेनाइज होना चाहिए, प्लान करना चाहिए कि हमारा आध्यात्मिक कर्तव्य का पालन हो, सही समय पे हो, हाँ, और स्टेडीली हो, और बाकी जो आपके ड्यूटीज़ हैं वो भी ठीक से हो. ठीक है. तो इस प्रकार हमें अपने जीवन में बहुत प्लान करना चाहिए कि हम अल्टीमेटली अचीव द गोल, और वी आर गोइंग टुवर्ड्स द गोल. or we are progressing in spiritual life. इस प्रकार spiritual life मतलब constant meditation, constant going ahead towards spiritual world, merging, moving. That's what is called movement. Hare Krishna, movement, moving towards Krishna. So therefore, always you should plan. Always you should think, how can I progress in spiritual life? Always you should think, am I progressing? Am I following the right path? Because Maya can deviate you anytime. Okay, Shri Harinam Prabhu ki Hare
Jai.
Krishna Mahamantra ki
Jai.
Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande.
Hare Hare.
Hare
So today's schedule.